Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I think we've all experienced starting somewhere new and not feeling entirely comfortable and just wanting to prepare a little bit before you get to that. So, I've created a list of some things I wish I knew before I started my A levels. It's not going to be entirely academically focused because I think there's so much more to A levels and sixth form and college outside of that you should definitely take hold of. Um, so yeah, my first one is to take opportunity. Take every single opportunity that comes your way. Super curriculars, even just little jobs around school are so important to make you more well-rounded as a person, but also just um, gives you a little bit of a break from the academic full-on side of A levels. I think it's super important to take all your opportunities. Um, yeah. And I think for me, I started volunteering. I started finding what my interests actually are, and that really helped me decide what I actually want to do in the future. So yeah. My second one is to look into kind of following through with that. Look into options that you probably wouldn't have thought of at first. So I initially was doing law, but I realized that a lot of the things that I like about law could be applied to other subjects and other areas that I actually enjoy more, which is why I'm now going into social work. So make sure that you look into other things. You don't box yourself in too early, um, and make sure you research stuff because you might think that you like something and then you see other sides of that thing that you like and you might not enjoy it as much because especially for law you think that you'll be in a courtroom all day. Not true. A lot of law is reading, writing, and just um, overall not too much socialization, which is definitely not what I want to do as a person. I want to be around people 24/7. So, yeah. Um, Work experience. Now, usually this is mandatory in schools, but if it's not, make sure you try get some throughout the year, spread out. In summer, try look for stuff that you can do. Um, and keep your eyes open for that sort of stuff because it does get filled up really quickly and you need stuff like that to talk about in your personal statements. Trust me, like it makes it so much easier. I'm doing it right now. I'm writing it and having stuff that you've done over the year, um, that you can talk about your skills, and like it doesn't have to be super focused on what you actually want to do as long as it's some sort of experience that you can talk about stuff that you've learned and like skills that you've gained. So important. Um, Roles in your school help more than you think, especially if you're in a sixth form where there's younger pupils. Doing stuff in your school helps you so much to communicate with adults because you're now that you're in sixth form, you're talking to teachers a lot differently than you were when you were doing your GCSEs. And I think it's really important to understand how to communicate with adults and also how those sorts of relationships are really important to have. I also think that, like, again, you can miss lessons, you can, like, sort of do really cool things and have that like bonus of, oh, I get to miss a lesson, which is super great for A levels because sometimes you need that. Like you can catch up. It's not the end of the world. This is supposed to be super realistic. Like you're not gonna enjoy your lessons all of the time. There are going to be subjects that you might not like entirely, but that you might need. So having little things that will help you is so important. Um, And yeah, you could be part of some really cool things. Like I was helping fundraise, like that's something that I never thought I'd be able to do, but I got to raise lots of money. I got to um like be part of cool events and like, you know, sort of that sort of stuff, and it's really, really interesting and sort of like introduces you to like event planning and that sort of stuff, which I know a lot of people love, and a lot of people like to get involved with that stuff. So definitely, and if your school doesn't have any events that happen, maybe introduce some stuff, maybe try bring some stuff forward. That would always be really cool. Like being able to plan an entire event from scratch. That sounds really cool. Um, yeah. Develop stuff outside of school. Do carry on hobbies, try new things. Like it does not have to be academically focused at all. Like, um, I'm gonna go pottery painting next week. That has nothing to do with what I want to do in the future, but I just think it's super fun to like do cool things like that. Like literally do anything. Like go out with your friends, um, do some sports, like literally anything, because it makes you more well rounded as a person, makes you more interesting as a person when you get to interviews and stuff. And, you know, like you don't want to be super academically focused because when your academics stop, like when you've got like a long summer, you can't like burn yourself out like that. You need to have other stuff that you really enjoy that is going to be really beneficial for you, if that makes sense. Um, I've such a long list. I'm coming towards the end of it now. I'm going to stop yapping. Friendships are so important in A levels, sixth form, college, wherever. Not even in just in school, but in workplaces. Outside of that sort of stuff, just in everyday life, like friendships are literally the most important thing. So make sure that you have a really good friend group around you in A levels. Make sure you're making friends that take similar subjects. Making friends that take different subjects is super important because you don't want to fall into the trap of exam season comes and everyone, especially if you're super academic, people coming to you to get like answers, and then your life becomes super like full on because you're helping everyone around you. You want to make sure that you have people with different interests, similar interests, and people that you can have a break with for sure. And I think having people with similar interests is super cool because you see people who have the same goals as you and you can kind of work together on that one, which is really cool. Um, Remember, you're 16, you're 17, you're going to have bad mental health days, you're going to not want to come into school sometimes. And that is super, super like important to remember because whilst you're also going to have the best time of your life, there are going to be those exam seasons that are going to make you like really unsure of yourself and you know like really break you down a little bit. um and that might not even be like school stuff, it might be stuff happens at home, it might be literally anything. Like so make sure that you have one, a good support system, two, good friends, which might be both to be fair, um and make sure you're taking regular breaks, like because I know that we have a lot more freeze, a lot more time to spend just doing nothing. Um, so make sure you take those frees and you once you do work during a lot of them when it gets to like the heavier content stuff, take some of those to just take a brain break because A levels are much more full on than GCSEs and any previous exams that you've done. So take A levels with like a pinch of salt. Take your first year with like a pinch of salt. Um, Remember that you're young and you deserve to be able to feel a little bit calmer, and not like stress yourself out. You know what I mean? make sure that you're really taking care of yourself. And you just did GCSEs, like they're massive exams, like you shouldn't be. Sorry guys, someone just came to my house. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, you just did GCSEs, take a break, it's okay, like, you're young, remember that. Okay, don't feel pressured to take certain A levels or to not take BTECs or anything like that. Take stuff that you think you'll enjoy or that you do enjoy currently. Take stuff that will mean that you have wider choice when you get to unis and what courses you can do. And look at what you need for the future. Look at what you like and kind of combine those, because you don't want to be sat doing A levels that you don't like because they're full on and you're just not going to do well. But also, don't put yourself into a small box where you can't do like a certain course that you want to do. So definitely research that sort. That's what I'd spend your year 11 summer doing. I'd spend your year 11 summer just researching stuff, because starting content is going to burn you out faster, in my opinion. But I mean, you can just take it slowly. Don't rush into it. And also, you might not know what college you're going to yet, and you might not know exactly what specification you guys are doing yet. So I wouldn't jump into content. I'd do some research on different like courses and stuff after college. And then once you get to college, once you start your subject, you can change them. Like, I promise you can change them. You have time. Uh, Even at the end of year 12, you can change them. You have so much time to decide what you want to do, even though it doesn't feel like it. So, it's okay. My last one. Don't feel bad if you haven't figured everything out yet. I figured out that I wanted to do social work maybe a month ago, and I'm at the end of year 12. And I know some people who still haven't figured it out, that that know like the industry that they want to go into, or they know a little bit about what they want to go into. But I promise you, you don't have to have everything figured out right now. As long as you're picking stuff that you like, picking stuff that you know you're passionate about, and that you can like that you can take some valuable skills from, even any sort of thing where you're learning is just so important anyway. So don't feel pressured to know everything right now. I know that there'll be people in your year group that know exactly what they want to do, exactly how to get to that place and everything. But I promise you, you don't need to do all of that. If you don't know, if you're picking subjects randomly because you like them and you don't know where they're going to take you yet, perfectly fine. There are so many industries, and you're, like I keep saying, you're so young, so don't worry, you've got time. Uh, but yeah, feel free to ask me stuff, um, anything like that. Like, even if you're like my age or older and you want to give some advice, go for it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.